one example of that. I was in Morocco and I was at a gas station. Somebody was filling gas, and I had a turban and a jalaba on. So this man thought that I was learned or something. So he came up to me. He was a gas station attendant. And he was a young man. He said, I'm studying at the university. I do this for, but he said, I have a philosophy teacher. And he's really confused me. I said, what did he say? He said that, everybody says, God created this, God created that, but it begs the question, who created God? And so I told him a hadith in Sahih Muslim that the Prophet ﷺ said, "La yazalu nas yatasa'alun." People will continue to philosophize. That's what philosophy is asking questions. And they'll say, who created this? And the answer is Allah. And who created this? And the answer is Allah. Until somebody will say, who created Allah? And he said, if you hear that, say, I believe in Allah. And so I told him that hadith. I saw the inshirah in his heart. I saw it on his face. His whole face changed. And he said, Jazakallah khairan farajta anni. And he just said, Amantu billah. And that's the beauty of guidance. Like the Prophet's it's a very simple statement. But what the Prophet was essentially saying was, you can't think beyond the unthinkable. There's a famous mathematician called George Cantor. He has Cantor's theorem, which says that the whole can be greater than the part. Right? Well, Cantor believed that you could have an actual infinity, which Aristotle said you couldn't. And most mathematicians say you can't. So Cantor said if you have an actual infinity, the even numbers could be equal to the odd numbers. So he said, so the part can be equal to the whole. Right? That's Cantor's theory. Cantor ended up in a straitjacket, literally in an insane asylum. He went mad. Why? Because he contemplated infinity. The Prophet said, "La tafakkuru fillah." Do not think about God, but think about the gifts of God. Because if you start thinking about God, the word in Arabic, ilah, is from walaha, which is to bewilder or confuse. Right? You can't think about God. All you can think about is the attributes of God and the gifts of God. But to actually contemplate the essence of God is haram. It's just you can't do it because you will go mad.